Here with cornerback for the Bethel Royals, Josh Treimer. And Josh, quite a year in 2013, a lot to build on, especially as you come into spring practice 2014. Talk about the increased momentum and what you guys are kind of collectively saying as a senior class this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we recognize that last year was such a blessing to be a part of, kind of getting a sneak peek into what it means to be conference champions. But at the same time, I think we as a senior class especially are remaining very thirsty, and we want to continue to strive for excellence and continue to strive for another conference championship ultimately. And so kind of one of the themes that's been going around is, what can you do for me now? What have you done for me lately? And just striving to repeat, because that's really a true indicator of camaraderie and of ultimately excellence.
Well, let's talk about last season. You finished 2013 an all-conference second-team player. Obviously, you want to strive to get better. What are some things that you've been working on in the offseason to improve, and what are these times? What in spring practice can you do as a group?
Sure. I think the biggest piece in the secondary, two of the biggest pieces in the secondary that both as a corner and a safety they can always use improvement on is footwork and hips. And so that's been a huge point of emphasis both for me personally and something that I've been trying to preach and echo throughout the secondary as a whole. So whether it's little footwork drills before a lift, after a lift, different mobility hip exercises, opening up, closing your hips, that's been a huge piece for us. And then another piece is just the mental aspect of the game, really delving into film and allowing ourselves to notice different giveaways, different indicators that teams will give. And so all those collectively, moving towards a better holistic improvement.
Sure. Yeah, well, let's talk about you personally. I think in 2013 you assumed that would be your final season. You were given a medical red shirt earlier, and you decided to take advantage of it. You decided to come back for 2014. What was your mentality there, and what was the ultimate decision to bring you back?
Well, it was definitely an exhaustive process, a lot of contemplating different factors. The coaches were great throughout the whole thing, really offering an unbiased opinion and great wisdom, as well as my parents and everyone throughout the whole decision-making process. I would say the biggest piece for me, as opposed to not being able to let the game go, it was more not being able to let the guys go. And so what really swayed me was just the idea of being able to come back into practice, into a new season, and be abundantly blessed by what the coaches can pour into me, what the guys can pour into me, managers and trainers alike. I know that they can significantly impact my life, and my hope and prayer is that in turn I can give something back and influence someone's life in a special way as well. So,
well, as we close, let's talk about just what that makes you think going into your fifth and final season. What is it, the legacy, or what's the mantra of you and a couple other guys that are coming back for your fifth season that you really want to pass down, especially as you prepare yourselves leading up to the season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest pieces for me that I've kind of grown to be passionate about here is just emptying your heart for free, emptying your heart and not expecting anything in return. One way that we talk about leading is really getting underneath and lifting from the bottom up. And so as a senior class, I know that we're really focused on leading by serving. And so in terms of a legacy, making yourself smaller to make the team bigger is a big focal point for us.
Well, we appreciate the time, Matt. We hope the spring practice goes well, and the momentum only rolls into fall camp.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
Looking forward.